Hello everyone, it's Victori Equine here today. On today's episode, we are going to be covering 4 exercises you can do with your horse to gain respect. So this is Pride here, so he's going to be demonstrating for us today, and let's get started. Alright, so these exercises are really great if you have a young horse, a horse that just needs a refresher, maybe he's gotten away with a little bit too much, or perhaps you just bought a new horse and you're just trying to figure each other out. Respect is a great place to start. Okay, so before we get started here today, you're going to want to have several things on hand for these exercises. You're going to want to have a rope halter, which is currently on Pride. You're going to want to have a lead rope, so I prefer something between 10 and 15 feet for this, because a 50-foot lunge line is just going to be way too much to handle. And then lastly, we're going to want to have a carrot stick. So this is a hard center piece with a string attached. So that's just going to be used as the extension of our arm. Alright, so our first exercise is going to be asking your horse to back up. We're going to do that in 3 different ways today. First, we're going to just apply pressure to the lead rope, asking our horse to move backwards. So I'm holding close to the shank of the lead rope, marching into my horse, applying the pressure. After he does what I'm asking, I release that pressure and reward him with his rub. Here we're going to demonstrate that one more time. I'm going to apply the pressure. I'm going to march into him with my feet, asking him to move his feet out of my space. He does it kind of slowly, but I release once I get a little bit more of a step. Here I'm just rewarding him for his good work. Alright, this next exercise, I'm going to be using my carrot stick to wave in front of me. I'm asking Pride to move out of my space with a little more speed and pep to his step. This is a great exercise if you need your horse to move out of your space really quickly for any safety reasons, and it also just keeps him paying attention to you. Okay, so here I'm asking Pride to move out of my space with a very small cue. I'm just applying a little bit of a wiggle to the rope and asking him to move out of my space. Next exercise is something I call switch it up. So you will have our horse in hand leading, and you're going to constantly ask him a different thing. So I'm going to start with stopping and then walking on. And every couple steps we're going to change our minds and decide we're going to do something else. So here I changed directions, stopped, oh, I want to back up, we went too far. Now I'm going to go forward again. The goal is to constantly keep his mind engaged so he's not using his reactive side of his brain. So here I'm just asking him to move his shoulder away from me as we walk around. This just gets our horse moving out of our space and paying attention to us. You can also add a little bit of speed to this exercise. Here I'm asking Pride to trot with me. I give him a hard stop, that was really nice. I'm going to give him a pat. Exercise 3 is disengaging the foreend and the hindquarters. So here I'm going to ask him to square up first, so we're setting up for success. And now I'm going to apply some pressure at his hindquarters. Here he ignores my cue, so I give him a little bit of a tap on the hindquarters, and now he responds. So as soon as he does what I'm asking, I'm not going to keep tapping him. I'm going to rub him down now. He moved away from that pressure, and I don't want him to think that my whip is a weapon. So here, that time, I did not need to tap him. He quickly responded to my cue and moved his hindquarters away from me. Good, so I rub him again here. I'm going to ask him once more. I walk into him, kind of wave at the air. He's moving nicely out of my space. I rub him and release that pressure. Alright, so whatever we do on one side, you need to do on the other side as well. So I'm just going to switch directions here. I'm going to ask him to move the other way. He didn't need me to tap him at all. He knew exactly what I was asking him to do. Here he keeps moving after I had asked him to stop. So I'm going to keep asking him to move, and we're going to try that again right in the same spot. So here we are. I asked him to stop. I leave the pressure off, and now he's standing nicely. Okay, now we're going to change gears and move our forequarters around. So I'm just asking him to move his front end around his back end. See how he's crossing his front leg over the other one? So the leg nearest me is going to be crossing over to the outside. He's stepping over very well. I'm going to release that pressure here, Give him a good rub. That was really nice. He stopped right when I asked him to. Again, we're going to change directions. Really nice. We're going to ask him for a whole 360 turn here. Very good. He's still paying attention and working with me. Good. We're going to ask him one more time. This time just for a 90-degree angle. And beautiful. We're going to tell him he's a good boy for all that. Last exercise is asking a horse to put his head down. And first you can do this by applying pressure up between his ears at the pole. Here Pride says, nope, I don't want to do that. So I'm going to keep that pressure steady. I'm not going to react too harshly to that. I'm just going to keep on being steady and going with what's thrown at me. So there he lowers his head. I'm going to reward him by just rubbing him and scratching him. Good. I asked him to lower his head just a little bit more there, and he did. He gets a little distracted by a piece of grass in the arena here, so I just kind of correct him. I bring him back towards me. Good. I'm going to re-ask him. At this point, my fly spray was running off a little bit, so he's getting a little distracted by flies at his legs. That's really nice. He brings his head down. Now we're going to ask him to put his head down with the pressure of the lead rope. So I'm just bringing my hand down towards the ground and asking him to put his head down. He does so very well. Good job, buddy.
Hey everyone, thank you for tuning into today's video. Hope you join us next week for another episode of Victori Equine. And we will see you then. Bye.